It's important to me that all my photos and videos have the same look and feel to them. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Lightroom preset so that all your images and videos look uniform when you post them on Reels. So to start off, you want to start by choosing the photos that you're going to edit. And what I like to do for that is I like to go through my albums and just go through them one at a time, selecting the content that I do want to edit. So I wanted to edit this one. So say this one, I want to edit this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this square with the arrow on the top, and then I'm going to put it to Lightroom. If you don't already have Lightroom, Lightroom is a paid program. You can do something similar with other apps. So you can often create presets so all your photos and videos are consistent. The reason I like Lightroom is because I do have Photoshop, so I can use Lightroom and Photoshop, both of them, on both my phone and my computer, and I don't have to pay extra for Lightroom. Most of these editing apps you are going to have to pay for. So I'm going to launch Lightroom right now, and then I can see that video I added. It is right here. And I'll show you how presets work. So basically you just click on the two I guess they're circles, overlapping circles at the bottom, and then you can see your user presets, and then it's just going to have that same look for all your content. So you can see my blues are a certain way, and I've manipulated it so that it looks on brand for me. Once you have that preset created, you just have to click on the preset. You can adjust it a little bit, say if you want it darker or brighter, say if I want to bring in some of those highlights a little bit more. So you're just really fine-tuning it, and then you're exporting it. This is going to save you a lot of time. But how do we actually make these presets? To make a preset, I suggest using a photo and not a video. Let's see, let's reset this one to original, reset to open. So it's reset to the original, and you want this to be reset to the original because any movements that you make in this is going to be saved into the preset. So let's add some exposure. I like to add some contrast. The reason I like to add exposure and contrast makes the darks darker and it makes everything look more crisp, and exposure just makes it a little bit brighter. I like to reduce my highlights by just a little bit so that anything that's overexposed is still going to have the detail into it. And then I like to lift up my shadows just a tiny bit, so anything that is too dark is still going to have some detail in there. And the main thing that you're paying attention to when you're creating a preset that is for your brand is your color. So with your color, I suggest using your color mixer. This is how you're going to be able to have your content stand out. So this photo doesn't have many colors in it, but it does have blue, and for me, blue is one of my big brands, and I like to adjust the blue so that it's more this kind of blue, so more of like the blue that you see in my background right now. And so what I can do is I can adjust it so that anytime there's blue, let's add some saturation in there. Hue allows you to change the color of it, so anytime there's blue, it's going to go to that specific color. Saturation allows you to make it more crisp, so show more or reduce the color of something. And luminance, it adds highlights to it, so it makes luminance, if you decrease your luminance, it's just going to add more of that color to the image, and as you increase, it's going to add less of it. I just like to keep this just a little under. You can do these with all your colors. One thing that I do suggest doing is with your yellows. Reducing the saturation of yellows just helps makes the skin look better, but only do it a slight, not too much. And then also what's really popular right now is reducing the saturation of your greens. So just turning down any green so it doesn't look as bright, it's more muted green. We're going to see this better on a photo with green in it. So once you've created your colors, how you want everything to look, then to create the preset, we're going to press the three dots at the top and we're going to say create preset. So you're going to name this preset. So let's say, what are we going to name this? YouTube, because I made it on my YouTube channel. Create preset. And so now it's added to my presets. So now I can go to another photo. I can go to my presets. There's my YouTube, and it's already saved, so it has that similar look. What you can do is you can also scroll through the video to see if you like what it looks like in the entire video. Personally, for this, I think it's a little dark. This image is a little dark, so I'm just going to increase my exposure a little bit. And then I think it's a little too blue. So what you can do is you can adjust the temperature. The temperature is the blue and the yellow here. So you can see if I go into the positive, it's just gonna make it a little warmer and it looks a little bit better. Like, I suggest making a preset and seeing if it's something that you like, and then if you like it, then just keep using it for photos, and then if you don't, just make a new preset. So I'm going to show you one other thing you can do for it. See if I have a photo with green in it. Here we go. Here's a nice photo with green. So I just want to show you how that green's going to go. So I'm going to put this into Lightroom and let's launch Lightroom with it. Here is that photo, and let's build another preset. What I'm going to start with my light is I'm going to increase my contrast so the darks are darker. Another thing that you can do, and you can do this in photos, but you can't do this in video, which I suggest doing it, is using your curves. So you can see here I can click on my curves. And what this does is it indicates the top is the whites and the bottom is the darks. I like my photos to be crisp and really have that contrast. So what I do is I just move that bottom in a little bit. And so what it does is it makes the darks darker. And then in the middle, I like to just add a little bit so that it's more evenly exposed. So I just like to go up in the middle of the curve. Done. And then now let's go over to color. With temperature, temperature is like how you can see how cold or how light it is. I suggest just increasing the temperature by a little bit. It's just gonna make your photos have a warmer look to them. Let's do our color mix. So you can see here with greens, so if you just take out the saturation of greens, see if you keep them up high, as you take them down, it just looks more muted, more natural. You can change the hue. You can see as I changed the hue, it goes more towards like a yellowy or more towards this greeny. I like it more towards that yellowy side, but just a little. Let's adjust my blues. You know I like blues like this. Let's increase the blue saturation, and let's just increase the luminance a little bit so it shows up brighter. And then yellows. You can't really see skin in this photo, but you can get an idea of with my hair. So I just like to reduce that yellow saturation just a slight bit. And so now you can save this preset, create preset, and it is going to save it alphabetically. So if I want this to appear higher up so I don't have to scroll down because I have a lot of presets, start with an A, and then let's put a YouTube because I made it on YouTube. Done, preset. Now I can go back, I can select one of the other clips I got, go into our preset, click on that one, and you can see it's done. I can even adjust this if I want it a little bit brighter. This is really going to speed up the way you can edit content. Just note that the longer the video is, the longer it's going to take. So if you have a very long video and you know you're only going to want to use a little portion of it, just edit out the rest of it before you import it so that the video is shorter. And so you can see they all have the same look and feel to them because they all use the same preset. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, or better yet, subscribe. If you want to dive deeper, I have an amazing freebie that's going to transform your business. So download that now. And remember, messy action is always better than no action. Till next time.